Come back. 2015 general elections is around the corner, and things are already heating up as political parties and their candidates have begun rallies and campaigns nationwide. Though a lot of Nigerians see this as an opportunity to elect good leaders and to exercise their voting rights, some feel that their vote may not count. Joining us to discuss preparations for 2015 is Mr Akinwunmi Ambode.
Yay!
Nice.
We love him already.
Yeah, so you know you are
Nice
in-house
being here
person,
today.
so you've got to tell us as it is, because if he was a politician now, we'll start getting calls. But since you are a person,
Okay.
tell us, we want to know, okay, 2015 is around the corner. There are two major parties, the PDP and the APC. PDP already know that they want a consensus, they've already had they've agreed that is
There's no
Jonathan,
vacancy.
no problem. We are interested in what the opposition is doing. What exactly?
Opposition,
You've seen where Atiku has declared.
Buhari has
declared.
declared.
Who else do you think is going to declare? And who do you think APC is going to put forward? Especially with this clamoring for vice president. What do you think is going to play out?
I think the third person that the APC are expecting is Kwankwanso, the incumbent governor of Kano State.
Okay.
And at the last time he said he's still consulting. Initially, he talked about this. He said that he was not going to support a consensus candidate for his party. But I think he's beginning to make a turn. And even Atiku also is making a turn. And you already have Atiku there declared. You already have Buhari declared. So we're expecting Kwankwanso. And I think the game is up. The opposition, I think, in my own view, are quite ready to wrest power from the PDP.
But from the papers we've been reading,
Do
I'll
you
let
support my analysis that I gave earlier about the southern?
Yeah, there are a lot of permutations that are on the ground. Yeah, you're looking at a candidate from the southwest because the APC, their stronghold at this time is in the southwest. So they might want to go in for a candidate from the southwest to further give them that political advantage. And also, some of the persons are saying that, look, you need the strength, the voting population in the east, and you might also be thinking of that. So I think the leadership of the party are putting everything in perspective so that they will not make a mistake at the end of the day. And I think one other critical thing that is that is crucial in picking their running mate is both parties have played up religion and they've played up ethnicity, and I think it's not good for the polity because you're beginning to have people talk about that. Look, if there is a Muslim presidential candidate, there must be a Christian presidential candidate. If there's somebody from the north, there must be somebody from the south.
But we cannot take out religion away from politics.
Yeah,
we are not united.
Yeah, I agree
because
with you.
if we were united, who cares if the guy is a babalawo? As far as
let's hear your own.
You might say we are not united, but I think it was a deliberate game plan by both political parties to whip up the sentiment of religion and also to whip up the sentiment of ethnicity. But if you take a look at it on the wider notes, the Nigerians, is it better for us? In 1993, we had a Muslim ticket.
Yes.
The candidates were massively voted for.
Yes.
Nobody thought of religion. We just saw ourselves as Nigerians that needed a candidate that can transform the system.
Yes.
So how did we make the turn?
Let me ask you a question, because we recently saw Buhari's rally and we saw the massive turnout. Now, it led a lot of people feel like, okay, maybe Buhari might be the leading candidate for the APC. Now, his age has always come up because Jamaica is always going through the age issue. What are your thoughts on the fact that people feel like, okay, this man is too old, and can he really lead us? Yes, he was. He fought corruption the last time he was here. He said he doesn't have a foreign account. All these stories are coming up. Do you, as a political correspondent, think that he has a good chance for his age factor?
Yeah, if you're looking at age, I think age will not count in this circumstance because his age could also mean that he has a lot of experience. He has interfaced with several generations. He has interfaced with the older generation and even the younger generation. He's been there before. So if you look at it from the age perspective, you will say, I don't think he's disadvantaged. And also, those who also talked about that, you need a younger candidate. We've had a situation in this country where we had younger people in position of authority and they messed up the whole system. So it is not an issue of age. It is an issue of who does the party want to present at their candidates.
Let me take Damilola's call. Good morning, Damilola. Are you there?
Morning, yeah, I'm there.
Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
How are you doing? Damilola from Chepode again.
Go ahead.
Yeah, my own view about preparation for 2015 elections. My view is I don't believe that should come back again. That meant to failed us in so many ways. And I've actually been following the trend on Facebook and on Twitter. People believe in Buhari. Who want Buhari. So me, I belong to this generation. I've never witnessed Buhari's government before. But people believe in him. Another thing I feel is that
All right.
The 25 million or something like that they used in getting a ticket or something like that. How do you have to be good?
Sorry.
When somebody is coming up to change a ticket, what of that
NNPC money?
amount?
No,
If the person gets back,
Tickets.
if the person become a Nigerian president, won't he fund that amount?
Yes,
It's good
now.
for him
To recover his money.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Thank you
to
very
recover
much.
his money.
Thank you very much, Damilola, from Ijebode. Yes.
I have a question. Voters awareness, because we, how well do you think the INEC and the political parties have been sensitizing people about the elections? Do you think we're well prepared for
Free and fair.
2015 for a good election?
Yeah. I think the responsibility for me should be more on the political parties because they stand to gain everything in a good election. Also, they stand to lose if it didn't go well. And I think they need to educate the public. I remember that INEC 2015 were also thinking about e-voting.
Are we
And
going to do that?
if that is what we're going to use in the election, then you will expect that the citizens should be well enlightened. But what we've seen so far is that political parties, both political parties and even other political parties and even INEC are not doing the thorough job in carrying the people along. And that is why you keep having the issue of void votes.
Good morning, Faith. Are you there? Faith.
Faith from Idemo.
Good morning. Go ahead, please.
Good morning. Jumi is me or principal. You name me principal Wednesday. Okay, ladies. Mama, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Okay, what I want to say is the destiny of Nigeria lies in our own hands. And the way we are going in this country is left for us. If we appreciate the present administration that has no plan, that has no focus, it's left for Nigeria where they continue to suffer the way we are. I'm not complaining anymore. I've been campaigning for Buhari and people have been saying age. We need experience in this matter. Please, Jumi, darling, just leave age out of this.
No,
Thank you, Faith.
People that are focused in this country.
Thanks so much, Faith.
But
Thank you so much.
Can I
Yes.
say
For
something?
me, age does matter. Because, I mean, in this new generation, you can't bring somebody that was president 30 years ago. I'm going to forget that he was a dictator at the time. I'm saying we need people who are agile. Can he run to the UN and AU and lead all of Africa at
He
his
doesn't have
age?
to run the Jumoke because he has a deputy. And he's one that is known to always give chance for his deputy to
Listen,
work.
I believe that we need a system and not a savior.
Okay, let me come to
Another
our guest.
question.
One second, just to talk with. In the situation where you have an incumbent, it's always difficult to overthrow them. Now, the only power a person has or a candidate has is if the people are backing him up.
Exactly.
Now, do you think Buhari has that kind of backing in this? Because defeating a PDP at this moment is quite difficult because he has all the apparatus,
Exactly.
federal government apparatus. So, what exactly is APC or Buhari or whoever it is, whatever do they have? What are they banking on to make them overthrow this present government?
Yeah, it will be difficult to say this or that is what the APC are banking on, but I think also if they must wrest power from the PDP, just like you've said, they need to do their homework very well because you have an incumbent there that's his party has endorsed him for a second term. And beyond what we hear in the social media, beyond what we see on the pages of paper on television, the razzmatazz that is going on between both parties, I think the various political parties should begin to talk about issues. Now, issues. Let's take it away from personalities. Let's take it away from the age, is old or he's young.
Issues.
And Nigerians should begin to ask them, what do you want to do? Now, if you say that you want to change the economy, I should be able to ask you, how? What are you going to put in place?
Let me take Yakub. Good morning, I'll pause. Fantastic point you made just show. Yakub, are you there?
I'm there. Good
Go ahead,
morning,
please.
Mariah.
Yes,
and then good morning to the rest of the team in the studio. Quickly, let me give you just a second to talk about the first topic.
Okay.
Don't let us forget one thing. The same youth, Nigerian youth, pay 1,000 naira for that exercise. Their money has not been refunded up to this time. And then the minister is still there. They are frauding Nigeria youth. So I was saying that it is now left to Nigerian youth to return this very particular government into power. Now, we are talking about Buhari and Fashola. Are you getting me now? That Buhari and Fashola is a welcome development because when you are talking about experience, the experience is there in terms of Buhari. When you are talking about the youth is there in terms of Fashola. When you see Fashola address the issue concerning this country, you will love to hear him 1,000 times.
Thank you, Yakub.
And then don't let us forget one thing, Morayo. We need solution to Nigerian problem. Assuming specifically, compare all these teams from Yoruba land or ethnicity or only Yoruba land, and then you keep him win the match. Are you telling me it's going to be sacked? It's two sacked.
Okay.
That is it.
All right. Thank you very much, Yakub. Now,
I want to talk about militarization.
you
Because I know we've talked about Buhari and all that, but we've seen how the previous elections this year has been very militarized. How are we going to ensure that this doesn't play out next year, and what's INEC going to do? Because INEC complained about it, and have you seen any step that INEC is doing to ensure it doesn't take place next year again, or do we even have the manpower to completely militarize?
It's totally impossible. They don't even have the manpower.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely don't have the kind of the manpower to do what happened in Ekiti or in Osun State, because you're going to having this election simultaneously throughout the federation. But I think there's also an amendment that the House is trying to push forward, that who should be in charge of security during the election. Because like I asked them when I was in Osun, that who takes responsibility in an election? The REC in Osun State said the INEC takes responsibility. Now I say, if you take responsibility, do you also have control over the military or other security agencies that are involved during the election day? They said they don't take, it is beyond their own power. So if you say the president is in charge of the military, he deploys the military, and also he's a candidate in the particular election.
Yeah, gotcha.
Don't you think he might be biased in the way he deploys?
Let me take Kenneth's call. Good morning, Kenneth. Are you there?
Good morning.
Morning. Go ahead, sir.
Interesting tweets too.
I actually like the work people are doing there. It's a nice one.
Thank you, sir.
Looking at the issue of this politics in Nigeria, although I'm not a politician, but everybody's entitled to his own opinion.
Sure.
That is what people are doing now. But believe me, I write it down, Buhari cannot rule us again. That is just the fact. No matter what they do, Buhari cannot rule us again. The problem we have in this country is we ourselves. In the sense that we any problem that happens, we say government. We too, we have our own problem in the aspect of voting. And when something happens, we look at the president. The president cannot be here and be there. I personally write that exam. I went for that exam of immigration. How can you have 5 vacancies and you are selling for 1 million people? Is that not the criminal act? People are working with this man.
Thank you so much, Kenneth. We have very little time.
Yes, I wanted to ask, what do you think we should work on as the policies in place? Because we are tired of the same old story. There was rigging, there was no rigging and all that. Do you think INEC has done anything in conjunction probably with the judiciary, so that if anything goes wrong, and anybody wants to try anything, there will be certain measures that would say, okay, this is the punishment for it? Do you think that there's anything like that in place?
INEC, after the Ekiti election, and while they were preparing for the Osun election, I think they made certain adjustments. In the issue of the security, we had a well-relaxed security in Osun than we had in Ekiti. But beyond that, I also think that INEC also talked about, we've not seen them really sanctioning those who violate their rules. Now you talk about people not campaigning before the election, and you've seen a lot of some of the parties have gone ahead to campaign. But INEC said they frown at it, but there's not been any sanction. And when you don't sanction people, they continue in their own track.
Kayode Adejare says, the present situation and state of politics will take us nowhere. The ones that have vision don't have money, 27.5 million. Let's wait and see. Okay, Jeremiah says, age is nothing. Experience is needed. We need someone who can fight corruption in a united Nigeria and unite Nigeria. GMB and
do we some or something says the first preparation of 2015 is for PDP to determine not to rig elections, allow people people's votes to count.
Lina Resi says Nigerians should start thinking of a viable and capable personality without any religious and ethnic sentiments. I agree. And then His Grace Stoba says, Jumoke, how old was Mandela when he changed South Africa? Now Zuma can't do it like him. So age is a number. What we need now is experience. I
was talking to some people over the weekend, and somebody was saying that, yes, President Jonathan has done quite a number of things. We've seen, okay, improvements in NEPA here and there. We've seen some roads being done. We can't say he's not done anything. Yes, he's done something. But the reason why this person was advocating for a Buhari, everything Jonathan has done is good, but the root of most of the problems we have is corruption.
Corruption, yes.
Which is what they believe Buhari can come and eradicate, which they believe is actually the real problem. What do you think about that? Would that be a good campaigning tool for a Buhari? Or do you think, going back to what Tuwa said, that, okay, you want to tell us you're going to build roads for us, build schools, was the way to go? What do you think about that?
I think talking about the fight against corruption will be a plus for Buhari if that is what he's pushing for, because within Nigeria and even internationally, we know that one big problem we have is the issue of corruption. Now, if we can deal with corruption, then we're not going to have projects failing. We're not going to have somebody using inferior materials to construct roads. You're not going to have plane crashes. And why we keep having these things, because the cankerworm of corruption has not been dealt with. So if he's pushing up that front of fighting corruption, in addition to also some policy statements, some strategies that, look, economy, agriculture, and this health, this is how I want to fix them. I think it's going to be a plus for this party.
On that note, we need to end the show. Thank you so much, Oshomo. We're going to bring you back, because with you tell us the truth. If you call a politician, they'll be telling us their party story, but you telling us exactly what it is. We're happy to have you here. Don't forget to watch a repeat broadcast at 11:30 p.m. tonight. You can also watch previous episodes by going to YouTube/TV Entertainment and search for Your View. The best cure for breast cancer is early detection. Get tested today. Uwa, have you done your test?
Yes, I have.
Jumoke?
Nope.
Tokwe?
I do every day.
Very good. So, Jumoke, please go and do your test. I did mine 10 years ago. I'm just joking. I did mine yesterday. All right. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Have a blessed day.